Hello, this is Coach Today, and I'm telling you a story that is called, I don't know. I'm just going to tell you it. Okay, let's get started. Once upon a time, there was a boy. He was on a plane with his parents, and it crashed because there was a huge tornado. But it wasn't the color that it was supposed to be. It wasn't like gray, it was pink. So it smashed into the plane, and then the boy flew out and then went inside the tornado. And when he was in there, he found a certain sight that he would never, ever forget. He saw unicorns and all these different mythical creatures. And then he heard a certain sound, and then a dragon crashed through the whole building, and then the boy ran. He ran as much as he could to try to find a fire extinguisher, but there wasn't any. It just rebuilt itself over the dragon, and then the dragon just got really angry and tried to push through. So the boy tried punching him, and he punched him straight in the face. Well, he was their hero because the whole body disappeared. So the dragon was gone. So everyone was celebrating that he saved them, because the dragon can really hurt people. So the people that are the unicorns thanked him, and then he went to their pool, dropped him in there. Then there were some mermaids in there, and he got out. He's like, this could never happen to me. None of these things are real in my time, or in my in his, I don't know. And he found out that this was in his time. It's just in a tornado. Everything was still. And they were like, I've never seen one of your kind of species before. What are you? He said, I'm a human. So they celebrated, and then they named him king because they lost their last king a couple days ago. So he was now the king of Unicornlandia. It was a huge place full of mythical creatures, but apparently a lot of times people fought dragons, and they really, really had a lot of luck because it's a unicorn world, and a mermaid world, and a whatever world. And it has so much in it. The unicorns and all the mystical creatures, they are showered him with candy and gifts. So now he was famous, and he really loved that because he had never been noticed in his big city and stuff. And so he got out of his throne, and then he said, when will I get home? And they said, you never will, you're the king. And he's like, what? Why? I think I need to see my parents. And they're like, sorry, but apparently he had to stay. So he was like, did my parents come? No adults are allowed. What? I'm just kidding. Everyone's allowed. So my parents can come? Yeah, we'll just get them out. And then back to the boy's hometown in the plane. His parents went out, and then they went into the tornado, And then they found out that. So they found out that there was a such thing, and they were like, wow, everyone would be impressed with this. And then the king or the boy went down, and he said, hi guys, just so you know, this crown on my head, I'm the king because I just slayed a dragon like 2 days ago. Sorry I didn't show up, and I really am sorry that I made you scared. And they're like, it's okay, now we have something to believe. Yeah. And then they went to the pool that was full of mermaids, and they were like, mermaids are real too? Yep, the boy said. So now they went on and on with being confused. But the boy was not confused at all. He was filled with joy just because mythical creatures, dragons and unicorns and mermaids, like them, he now had more power than them. So it was like he was a whole different person. It's like he wasn't human. So he went to his parents and he got confused too. I can't believe I am a king. I'm a kid. I'm only like 10 or 8. I don't know. We never keep track. And then the boy went outside of the big castle, and he wanted to go back to the plane, but when he opened it, there wasn't a plane at all. It was just Unicornland stuff. And he was weirded out because I thought that would take him back to the tornado, but no. Or back to the plane. But no. He got really confused. And then what he did is he called in things. He also called in Santa Claus. So Santa Claus came in and he said, oh, back here. I love this place. And then he got off, and then he said, wow, hey Santa. Hey, so you're the king now? Yeah, I wondered because I'm a kid. Oh, you're fine. I got the elves in for ya. And then the elves came out. I have a question for you, elves. Do you know how to get back to, like, my hometown? Yeah, the elf said. It's just that this place is so rockin', literally. Wait. That was a bad joke, one of them said. Hey, I'll try my best, another one said. So, they went back. They went back, but the boy warned them, or not warned them, but told them, wait, I want to come. I just want to see the North Pole for one. Okay. I think we can do that. And he said, hop on. So the king or the boy went on the sleigh and just rode off till they got there. It was really fast. And then he went into his workshop. He was so amazed. There were so many toys and so many things to put together. But the one thing he had a problem at, he said, why do I don't know what kids like these days, because all my life I've been delivering toys, but I need help because I don't know how to build like a certain thing, like an electrical phone, or which I don't do that because I bring kids joy, not electronics that you could stay on them for weeks and weeks. And then the boy said, you don't do that because you're Santa Claus. You bring toys. You don't bring electronical things. Only if it's a drone or whatever. And then the king said, why don't you just hang on a minute and I'll tell the elves something. And he said, I am the king of Unicornlandia. And then they all bowed down to him. And then so Santa Claus is having a problem. He can't do electronical devices, but just don't try making them, because you bring kids toys, not devices that you stay on all day. And then they clapped at that. So now Santa said, do you want to go back to Unicornlandia? And then the boy said, yeah, sure. And then they rode off. Rode. And then they went back, and then Santa hanged out. So they got off, and then they did some games. They were having a party, of course, because they're unicorns. And the unicorns cheered for him to be back, and people were happy because he didn't get killed or whatever. So, just because he was back, he was like, what's different about this world than mine? Well, and then he thought about it. More gifts, more things to do, and more happiness. So then he went to the tall, really tall tower, and he tried to climb it. He climbed and climbed and climbed. It took him more than 2 hours, more than 5 hours. It took him days to climb that thing. It was so tall, so tall. And then there was a swirl of pink stuff. And then he was like, that's how I get home. I go through that thing. But he's like, no, not right now. I don't want to go home right now. I'm just going to stay here for a bit. Maybe I can call my grandparents or whatever, he said. And his parents said, go back. We'll stay here and supervise it. Okay, and he went back. He jumped in the pink stuff, and then he fell all the way down to his grandparents' house. And then he fell down to the front door. He opened it. He said, hey, guys. Hey, we tried to call for a couple days. Where were you? I'm the king of Unicornlandia. Are you serious? Are unicorns really real? They are. And mermaids and dragons. Seriously? They said. Well, yeah. I've been there for days and days. And I came all this way to find you, so apparently the king could fly, and he took his grandparents up and up and up to the tornado, and then it disappeared. But it opened again. So they went in with confusion. Even the boy, he fell to Unicornlandia. And then I always said, hey, these are my grandparents. And then they said, hi. And then Santa said hi. So, and then they were all amazed at this site because it's so much to do there. That they played as much as they could without even breaking a bone. It's a magical place. Unicornlandia is a magical place. But then, something crumbled and tumbled. Another dragon stuck its head through the big wall thing. It fell all the way down and made a hole through the building. And then the dragon came, and then the king got out his sword. And then what he did is he went up in his chin and chopped, and it went through his mouth. And then, but the dragon was still alive, and he shook and shook and shook. So, and then what he did was he lifted up. And then the dragon talked really tough. I am sorry, but I'm gonna have to make me king. Well, not me, my master, the king. And he's like, no, I'm the king of Unicornlandia. No, my father or my apprentice is gonna. So you're gonna have to face him. And then the dragon, like, used his claws and clawed him right where his mouth was and right down his cheek. And then he fell and fell and fell. But he fell. And then he found something on the ground. It was a crystal. And they said, that crystal's broken. That's why the tornado disappeared. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. And then what he did is he rebuilt it. And then everyone on the earth shook. And then, this is amazing, but it came up, and the earth connected with that. And then it became, everyone believed in unicorns and mythical creatures. This was amazing for people. So that they were really amazed. So they had as much fun as they could. But then the apprentice of the dragon came in. It was an actual person. Then the king got out his sword and fought him with the other sword. But he was too hard. So basically what he did was tried to chop as much as he could, but it could never go through. So it was really weird. So he was really